Hey, welcome to SAR Trail. I'm Jeff, and we are at Overland Expo East in Arlington, Virginia, 2019. In this video, we're going to be going over the awesome rooftop tents that are here at the expo. So come and check it out with us. Subscribe to our channel and click that little bell to be notified in the bottom right-hand corner of every time we post family-friendly overlanding, camping, adventure stuff. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is Hi-Vis Overland. Haven't seen this company before. Looks like they got a dual ladder system right up here, a large rooftop tent, and they got a smaller one over there on top of that Wrangler we're going to look at. Let's walk around the outside. I mean, it's kind of a similar concept you get from a lot of the rooftop tent companies, but this one is a dual-sided, and I'm going to show you up inside as well. Really cool tent. Love the colors on it. The gray and the bright orange look super cool. And adjustable ladders to get up in here. So this one's massive, really massive. You could sleep a bunch of people up in here. Really cool. Ventilation is great. You got windows all over the place. 2 entry points. I don't see a way. Oh yeah, you can do a dividing wall too. So you got these that come down. You could do a dividing wall, so you could sleep. People in here divided, kind of have separate bedrooms, which is really a nice feature. Very cool. And then let's come on down. And let's walk over here to the smaller size with the annex. Annex hanging down. And then in this one you have, this one is very much like our rooftop tent. It's like about the same size. Up in here, really cool looking. Lots of ventilation in this one as well. Nice fabric, pole system. Very cool, and a nice hanging annex bag too. Okay, here's another look at a different style of rooftop tent. This is by Blade, hard shell rooftop tent. Listed price $3,700, black aluminum shell, 3-inch mattress, sleeps 2, 170 pounds. Let's take a look at it and see. It's roomy. I think it's going to be a hard top. Same kind of pole design to open up the windows here when you open it all up. Kind of like the Algae Cab style. Hard top with a rack on it. Cool concept. I mean, these, I don't know how well they insulate. This one looks like it's pretty good canvas though, so it'll insulate well in cold weather. You know, if you don't need something huge, sleeping 2 people, that's a very, very sleek design. So I'm over here at 230 Walkabout 72 rooftop tents. See, starting up kind of the pricing where we're at. So one thing on there is that they are known for is being a darker, cooler tent. I'm gonna go up in here, you'll see this is middle of the day. It is incredibly dark up in here. So I think you can zip these things up to be very, very dark. Allows you to sleep in a little bit later when the sun comes up. And in theory, they say that it keeps your tent cooler as well. So I could see where that would work. I could see where the darker color maybe at some point could heat it up, but in the same standard type of poles that we see on just about all the rooftop tents. Windows and everything is the same, but it's just a darker material, more of a blackout material on this tent. They have some others that are a lighter material as well. We're going to look at those in a minute. They also have this really large awning with the sidings on it. Blackout's a pretty cool thing. It probably will keep you warmer, I would guess, in colder temperatures if you get out where it's really cold. So we can kind of see the different models. We have, this is their smallest model where this lady's standing up on the ladder. Then we get a little bit larger here. Then we have that same size tent here with the annex overhang. So let's run up into the one with the annex overhang. And once again, very, very dark up in here. So this is that same blackout technology, where these are much lighter.
Oh, you do?
That you can see they are much, much lighter. Don't have the blackout. Like this one, you can see all the way up in there, all the way through.
Kids are always like, nope.
So it's nice to see someone take the standard rooftop tent and just change it up a little bit. Something a little bit less than the normal. Something a little bit different than just a straight up normal. So the blackout thing is a cool idea. For someone who likes to sleep in late, if you're staying up late and you want to sleep in late, very cool concept. So, and here's one, slightly different shape, but you can see here where you can see all the light shining up through. So definitely not a blackout on this one. So it's nice to have it as an option. Okay, so I don't think this is actually Roof Nest's booth, but I wanted to show you the Roof Nest small pop-up rooftop tent. Easily mounts to a rack. This thing, when it collapses and folds down, it is super, super sleek. It's really for two people, if you really like each other. It looks more to me like really a lot of room for one person, a little bit tight for two, but that'll be maxed out. But if that's it at one or two small people, it is super, super sleek. If you don't need an annex, if you don't need, you know, all of the other shade attachments, then that could be a definite problem solver if you want something super small, super lightweight that packs away and just looks really sleek on your roof. Roof Nest, check them out. Okay, we're gonna check out Pooi Rooftop Tents. If you're in the market for a rooftop tent, I'm sure you have heard of Pooi. They're kind of one of the industry leaders. And you know, their tents, the tent idea, the rooftop tent idea, if you do the soft top, they're very, very similar, all of them. The rainfly is similar, the windows are similar, the materials are similar. You can get a little bit thicker or heavier canvas, just depends. But this one is very similar to our tough stuff, very similar fabric. I think where Pooi separates himself, one is you get a telescoping ladder instead of the slide out ladder, which that's a plus. And then also I think another thing that separates them, starts a little bit dark in there, they have the skylight, which is really nice. But I think another place where they've really been separating themselves in the market is just the accessories for your tent. Your bedding, your mattresses, sheets, blankets, sleeping bags, all of the things you want to bring, lighting as well, all the things you want to bring with you in your rooftop tent. Where other companies, they sell you the tent and that's all you get, Pooi really has a lot of accessories, and it seems like they're ever expanding. So check out Pooi if you're looking at rooftop tents or even accessories for them, because we have some of their accessories on our Tough Stuff Overland Ranger tent, and we got Pooi accessories in it that have worked out really well for us. All right, so I'm going to show one more Pooi tent. It's on this Defender 90, so I kind of have to show it because that Defender 90 is really iconic. And this is, I think, their safari tent, I think it is. This is a lighter weight tent and smaller, but good, no annex here, just a place to sleep for the night. And it's super, super lightweight, so it doesn't throw off your balance of your vehicle when you got it on top up on your roof. Because some of the heavier ones, they do feel bulky up there. They feel like they are a weight way up on the top of your vehicle at the worst point where you want it. So a lightweight one has its advantages. All right, so we're checking out some more rooftop tents here. And once again, similar concept to what we see. Dual boot bag, which is really nice. This is a very nice telescoping ladder.
So that's retailing it.
And then if we go upstairs, very, very similar design. This one does have the skylights like you have with the Pooi, which is a really nice thing. Mattress feels kind of like a 2.5 inch. And this is an adjustable. This is something we haven't seen a whole lot of. If you can see, the bar that hangs out where your annex would attach is adjustable. So you can tighten it that way. It probably makes it a little easier on, easier off. Oh, excuse me. But really nice looking tent, same rainfly system, same vent system. Looks like the same fabric that we're getting on like the Pooi's, same on our Tough Stuff tent. You know, they're kind of all marketed a little bit differently with the different weights of ripstop, fabrics. And some are heavier and some are lighter than others, but really beautiful tent. This one almost feels like it has the blackout on the inside because it's very dark in there and it's super bright out right now today. So really nice looking tents. Love the color scheme with the tan and the orange. Let's go check out this other one, a little bit smaller. This one is without the annex. You can see the same underneath. This one's nice and wide. The ladders they make, I mean, these are really nice ladders. The telescoping ladder is really, seriously, a great way to go. I like it better than the sliding ladders. We have a slider on our Tough Stuff, and it's okay. It's not great. Telescoping, it just feels much more stable, and honestly, I think you can get it to the exact height that you want it much easier than with the ones that lock into one position, and then it's all based upon angle. So over here now, checking out CVT Rooftop Tents. One thing I always love, a friend of mine has this bright blue CVT tent, which is really beautiful. Telescoping ladder again. Skylight in this one. Some kind of design, ripstop fabric, nice heavy ripstop. So in the standard rooftop tents that are the soft canvas ones like this design, you know, the more you look at them, the more you see they are all very similar, but not necessarily the same. They do things a little bit differently. The fabric is a key. The rainfly, definitely a key. And this one has the rainfly is continued as a side of this window. Works really well. But you know, the poles, they all share this in common just about, and the way they slip into the bottom of the frame is very similar. So it's really, do they make them more rugged or do they add accessories? That's really the difference between most of the ones that we're seeing here today. Run over to this other CVT as well. This is the wider version. Same idea on the windows. Same idea with no annex.
I'm well, how are you?
And this electric green color, same as the blue one. You got your room for the annex. Now here you have the diamond plate underneath. That's a really nice feature because you fold these things over, you climb up on top of them, and if you put a knee down on the ones without the diamond plate, you're going to put a dimple in it. Like the one that we have has got dimples all over it from just me climbing up there, using my knees to move around. So that's just what it does. Like this is the kind that gets the dimples on it. And you use this one for a while, you're going to see some dimples if you get up there, walk around and climb on it. That's just the reality. Doesn't jeopardize the quality of it, but get the ruggedized one if you don't want any dimples on your bottom of your tent. So behind me is the Algae Cab. We're going to look at all their different models of rooftop tents. It's a really cool design if you haven't seen them. I mean, they are kind of taking over the industry as far as the hard shells. There's a bunch of other companies that are starting to now copy that design, but it is a hard kind of clamshell, and then your tent just fits in. So when it's down, super sleek and rugged, and you can mount solar on the top, and then it just kind of hydraulic assist pops back up. So let's take a look at them. So hopefully they have one that's down so you can see how sleek they are. But you can see all hydraulic assisted. It just flips right up. But on this one is the rack as well for the pickup truck and the enclosure area. And then of course the tent on the top. So I'm sure they'll have some that we can take a look inside. You can see standard kind of arms. They are longer and taller on this end as you would on a regular rooftop tent. So let's keep walking on through. They got a whole bunch of them here. Okay, let's hop inside this one here. It has the pickup truck back where you can kind of stand up. So this one, plenty of standing room, and then you will fold this part down and then fold this other part down, and then you get your bed.
Put it down.
You want to see what it looks like down?
Yeah.
All right, so you pull this guy down here, then you climb up in your bed.
Can I climb up?
No, because somebody's sleeping here.
No, I'll go down here.
And then you'll fold this other side, the back side down,
Daddy, fold it all down.
and then that way you get your sleeping and your standing room as well, and you still have all of this storage. So really cool idea. You can see lots and lots of ventilation. And look at this one over here. You got like a couple people sitting down inside. There's a lot of room in these. Okay, so that's it, guys. We didn't get to show every single rooftop tent there, but we did show just about every single one of them. We missed a couple manufacturers. And you know, after shooting all this video, I spent some time with Justin, the owner of 230, spent a little more time at the Hi-Vis tents. And I gotta say, those are the two that impressed me the most. And especially the 230. They really spent some time through using those products, through testing them in the field, through using them every weekend with their staff, their engineers, their whole staff. And you can see just little details that they did that make the setup easier, that make the durability better. The fabric that they use, I really believe in, is a really good fabric, less fading from sunlight. And there's really nothing worse than you get a brand new tent, it looks awesome on your rig, and then a year later of use or a season of use, you look at it and it's like, man, it looks faded, it doesn't look right. So those are important things. So whenever we're done with this tent that we have, I'm not sure when that's going to be, the Tough Stuff one that we have, we're going to bump up, we're going to change out to the 230 because, man, that's where we are sold. If you got any questions regarding any of the tents you saw in that video, shoot us a message. We'll do the best that we can to answer them, because we really spent a lot of time looking at all of the different tents and how they were built and what the fabric is they use, the zippers, the stitching, the poles, do they have bungees inside that pull the tent closed when you flip it down, just a bunch of stuff like that. So shoot us a message, we'll do the best we can to help you guys out. And thanks a lot. We'll see you next time with more Overland Expo East footage.